lot of times somehow these guys are coming back off of injuries, major ones, like almost better.
There's some drugs here.
We back. Unlike the Buccaneers, we're back for another episode of the Good Countdown. And it's a Saturday, y'all. And why is that? Oh, that's right, because it's the playoffs. And every time I say that word, man, that coach comes right to my brain. And I'm not going to say the meme. I'm not going to say it, everybody. But what I am going to say is congratulations to our co-host of this show who just can't fucking lose. All right? Why did I have to pick the Vikings? Why? Syl is now 1-0 in the playoffs for prediction records. How we doing, bro?
Oh, so nothing's changed. Okay, that's pretty cool. 2023, we still out here winning. People searching for L's. But shout out to everybody. Syl Nation Sports Network. It's playoffs, man. I'm excited.
It's playoffs, dude. And I wish that I didn't have to feel the agony that I felt last week. But, man, this show just brings me right back to my good spirits. So I don't give a F who lost. I lost too, okay? But you know who didn't lose? Our other co-host, Shooting Background, did not lose last week. How you feeling, bro?
Doing good, dude. Catching them W's. It's a nice feeling there.
I held to my promise. I said if the Cowboys win, I will not talk to Necron for a week. So
pretty quiet.
Back on camera after a week.
That's fair, dude. He did. I didn't realize that. Everything that was happening.
I avoided all streams with Necron for a week.
He did, bro.
Nah, it just happened that way.
I was trying to bait him too, and on the Twitter, tagging him.
He was, bro. We tagged both of us. God dang. Oh, man, that was tough. That was a tough way to go out of the season for me. And if you were here on Monday, you had the treat of seeing it live, man. Seeing it breakdown live.
It was probably the worst way to go out all night. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real. That was. Yeah, that
literally
was
the worst way.
Austin was a little mad.
That was pretty bad, man.
Dude, I had to hold a lot of emotions in, and what you saw was still the cat version of all the. I'm just like, there's like a good 5 minutes I rewatched it of me just like this, just not saying anything with my hands in my face, bro. It was tough.
Hey, and credit to Dak, man. I don't know if you're gonna do the recap of that, if you can stomach it, but credit to Dak. He stepped up, man.
He did.
You know, I was ready to crucify that dude, and he balled out.
He did, bro. And I give him credit, but again, if we're gonna do a slight recap on that, and this is just probably more of a biased fan take, right? However, take it from somebody, take the fan out of my opinion that's about to happen right here, and take it from somebody who just watched the Bucks play every game this season, right? Take it from this perspective. That felt more like the Bucks losing the game than the Cowboys winning it. Granted, the Cowboys played great, but the Bucks would have had more of a chance if they didn't play like absolute dog shit. So that is how I feel watching that game, and that's why it was so agonizing.
Yeah.
And but in the same breath, I do want to congratulate the Cowboys. Necron, obviously, I congratulated, immense amount of times. Wednesday, on Monday night, I keep congratulating him because I know you guys earned it, and I don't want that to go without saying. But with my heart, I'm just disgusted with what I saw on Monday night. It was absolutely disgusting. And man, Mike Evans has been trending for a couple of days now because people think he should be traded. And this whole season, man, he kind of fucked over Tom Brady. How many balls did you have in your hand? I know that, like, he had a deep pass too against the Cowboys, just off the fingertips. Like, what are you doing? So
for me, Austin, I think the turning point was the turnover where it's getting ready to be 7-6.
Oh, and the touchdown.
Yeah, the turnover in the end zone. That was like,
Brady.
where it all started going south for your team.
He threw that off of his back foot.
Yeah, it was just like, why did he even throw it?
Man, he didn't come.
That was a terrible throw.
That was terrible, absolutely terrible. With that all being said, it's now been almost a week since that game, and I don't know if you guys saw it yesterday. I definitely said it in one of our chats, but the Bucks cleared house, and guess who they didn't, try to do anything with? Granted, and I don't think he's necessarily a free agent. They kept Tom Brady, right? They got rid of Byron Leftwich, Todd Bowles, and a bunch of other coaches. Clyde Christensen, the quarterback coach, and 2 others retired.
Oh, Bowles is out?
Bowles is out, dude. He got fired.
Are you serious? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Didn't catch
dude.
that.
Him and Byron both got fired. And there's been reports coming out that Byron Leftwich this season was very standoffish. After he didn't get the job for head coach and Bowles got it, he was petty all fucking season. I understand it, but if you're going to be a professional in this league, you got to put that shit to the side. Because now on your resume, Byron, all you have is a shit offensive season, right? And he didn't want to change all season. I can't tell you how many times I saw a first down run up the middle. Can't tell you how many times. More than 50. Every single first down they had up the middle, straight into the fucking center, going nowhere. And they tried. The one time they did motion and they went and they tried different things was the first half against the Cincinnati Bengals when they ended that first half up 17-0. Then they went back to the same old shit, and the same old shit started happening. And that's all because petty Byron Leftwich.
I'm not going to blame this all on Leftwich. I do think, though, this is remnants of Coach Arians. Like, it was some fallout from that old coaching regime when Arians left. Leftwich is an Arians guy. So I think it had more to do with allegiances and stuff like that. More than, people probably, think about with that. But was Leftwich happy someone got elevated over him, when his head coach left? Yeah, I'm sure he was, kind of salty about that. You know what I mean? Is Todd Bowles, is he a worthy head coach? Yes. I thought he was a worthy head coach, though.
Me too.
So, but if your coordinators that's why when you change coaches, you got to have your own coordinators. So this was messed up a year ago. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't put all that on Leftwich because like Money James said, hey, he was part of the staff that got a ring. So I'm not going
yeah, for sure.
I'm not going to put that on Leftwich.
Nah. What I put on Leftwich is his inability to change and the pettiness that he had.
Oh yeah, this year he was trash, yeah.
That was what I'm saying. Like I give him all the credit for everything he did the past 2 years with the Buccaneers. When he had Arians as the head coach, right? I give him all the credit. but what did you do now? This isn't about the other seasons. This is about this season. And this season was absolute fucking trash. And it's because reports are coming out that he was petty. He was mad. He didn't want to change. He didn't want to talk to anybody. And those sentiments, right, could be all put out by the team, whoever. But those are coming from what I heard and saw were players saying that.
I believe, yeah, I believe he had a problem. I mean, it could be various reasons, but still, like you said, you know, you play to win, right? You know, so you do gotta go out there and win or quit. You know, if you know what I mean. I mean, that's just what it comes down to.
As a man working a profession, you should take pride in your work. Anybody, as a person, as a human being, but especially as like an adult. That's what I mean. Like, hearing those reports makes me feel like you're super childish, and it just brings me back to his backup days when he wasn't good enough to be a Jacksonville quarterback. But that's just me being petty. Because you were petty.
You ain't no Leftwich, bro. Leftwich wasn't trash like that.
You wasted the season because you were fucking petty, bro.
He went back to his playing career, bro.
I was tight, bro, when I heard that shit, bro. You fucking started your career and ended it before Tom Brady did. Either of those. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if him and Brady they weren't on the same page, right? And I think that was another issue. You know, if you're a coordinator, you know, Brady's the type of guy, you know, he kind of just wants to be the coordinator himself, to be quite honest, you know, and he can win doing that. But you know what I mean? That synergy wasn't there, and you know, it showed. This was just a terrible season. They only made the playoffs because their division was trash. So I mean.
Yeah,
it was tough. Man, I just had to get that off my chest because after I heard that, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, bro? How many seasons do we have left with Tom Brady? And you're just gonna ruin it and waste it?"
That was a wasted year for sure.
You're childish, and you can't like grow up and be like, "Oh, okay, I didn't get the job, but whatever. He got the job. Now I'm gonna do my best for this team right now and put my best on my resume because I want a different job next year." Because guess what, Byron? You're not getting no head coaching gigs this year. Because of what you did, because of your pettiness. And that's what pisses me off the most. Regardless.
Well, yeah, he's definitely not going to get like a head coach. I mean, unless, what's that trash team? Let's see. Like the Texans, if the Texans want to give it a go with somebody. But yeah, I mean, he's going to have to, you know, get with a staff and kind of, you know, do his thing that way. But yeah, that's unfortunate, man.
Yeah. It's just a shitty way, and I know that a lot of that resentment that I just put out was just because of how shitty the last game was. Like, man, it was just so agonizing to watch. And it wasn't just that, you know, I know there's probably a lot of other problems within the organization, but hearing that about the offensive coordinator and seeing their ineptitude all fucking season just makes me so mad because I sat through every fucking game. And I was put through that because of a petty human being. And that just brings me back to all of the pettiness that I've had dealt, and we've all had with WB in the last couple of years. Just because of pettiness, because of egos, they put thousands of people through fucking grief because of things that they can't get over and be adults about. But I had to say that piece, like, if you want to be a professional, you want to be in the greatest league of all time, those emotions have no fucking place in it. So move on. And I wish you guys the best. All the coaches that left got retired from the Buccaneers. But I hope this, to me, it shows that the organization was completely unhappy with how this year ended. And they want to do something about it. And they're not just going to sit around and wait for somebody else to figure it out. They're going to figure it out themselves. So much kudos to the Buccaneers organization, Jason Licht and all of them, the Glazer family. With that being said, let's get on to the fucking show. Let's get on to the predictions. Congrats to the Cowboys. Congrats to Syl going 1-0 for the first weekend. But this weekend is a different motherfucking story. And you know what this story starts with? Those crazy motherfuckers. The Jaguars going to the Chiefs in the home of the Chiefs. Are we going to be hearing any of that today in the broadcast? Probably. You guys know that's going to happen. But I want to hear from bottom to top. We're going to go. So, Necron, you start this one off. What do you think is going to happen Jags versus Chiefs. You literally have no stake in either of these teams. They're on a different side of the conference. They don't even have a rivalry with the Cowboys or anybody. So I just want to hear your unbiased take on what this game is going to be, bro.
Okay, the Trevor Lawrence Find Good Time season comes to a horrible end today because the Chiefs are gonna, I think, probably destroy them. And the Chiefs, you know, they've been resting up. Mahomes is a maniac. Look at the record, 14-3. They're going into their. I like the Jags, by the way. I think they're a fun team, even though they beat my boys. That was a good, like, I think that was a coming out game for Trevor. You know, to come back and lead them against the Cowboys and win. You know, it sucked for me, but I like the kid. But I just think the Chiefs are going to be all over them. It's going to come to a jolting stop. Their run. Chiefs on top, big time.
Dang, that's quite the prediction. But hey, if you're a logical person and you've been watching each of these teams, seeing the Jaguars have slow starts and things like that, and how this Chiefs team is a fucking juggernaut on offense. Not a bad prediction, my friend. Not a bad prediction. Necron's got Chiefs with a freaking runaway game, he says. Syl, what do you think is going to happen with those magic Jaguars going to Arrowhead today to face the Chiefs?
Yeah, well, you know, the Jaguars, I like them because they proved I was right. That they made it to the playoffs. So that is a cool story. Trevor Lawrence, I was starting to doubt him in the middle of the season, but he is on an impressive run, man, for a young quarterback.
Yes,
kind of like a year ahead of schedule, I think, what they're doing right now. So this is all good because next year they get, Calvin Ridley, who's, low key top 10 receivers. So they're going to only get better from here. He's going to challenge some of these teams. So, I mean, you're going against the Chiefs. You're going against the, this generation GOAT. They're already crowning Mahomes. I'm finding new ways to respect Mahomes probably every week, man. Like, it's kind of ridiculous what he's doing without Tyreek Hill, So, and I mean, really, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I kind of see the Chiefs beating anybody going forward at this point in the AFC. But as far as with the Jags, I think they're gonna put up a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Make it entertaining. Probably scare them a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be as of a blowout as Necrod's saying. But yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs. I think it's unfinished business. I think they kind of let a championship or two slip away last couple seasons. I think they're just gonna be about business, man. Yeah, so I'm going with the Chiefs.
They gotta come ready today that they're gonna face this Magic Jaguars team, because last week, third biggest comeback in NFL history, almost got blanked out completely in the first half, and then right at the end of the first half, Trevor Lawrence threw a dot, just missed the defender's hands right into homie's hand. It wasn't Kirkland, it was somebody else, but man, Jaguars look magical. And this is one of the things about the playoffs that you got to keep notice of, right? Jaguars are on a 6-game win streak. The last time this has happened, and we've seen this, was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who they did nothing until they were 7-5, and then they never lost again for the rest of the season. And look at this team, 10-8. And after that 8th loss, they haven't lost since. They had 8 losses. And they were 4-8, bro. And I was like, oh, good dark horse pick, Syl. Good dark horse pick. And then look at where they are now. They have that magic to them. They believe. And that's half of this game. It's a mental game. What's going on between the ears? Now, with all that being said, the key matchup of this game is the O-line, the Jaguars offensive line versus the Chiefs defensive line. The offensive line for the Jaguars is 5th in the league for sacks taken. So that's kind of, but last week, Lawrence was only pressured 18% of the time against the Chargers defense with the Joey Bosa over there. And they have a pretty good rushing attack. They do, however, have the worst run D in the league. So ETN went off last week. The Chargers have the worst rush D, I should say. And the Chiefs aren't much better, but they're a little bit better than the worst, obviously. But with the Chiefs, man, they got the best offense in the league. Like Syl said, they can probably beat anybody, because who wins these games? The person who scores the most. They're first in points per game, first in yards per game, and second and third down conversion. Travis Kelce, first team All-Pro, 1,338 yards this year. He's due for another touchdown. And the defense for the Jags is decent, but they're not amazing, right? And they can keep you in a game enough to get a couple stops. We saw that last week versus the Chargers. And again, you got to take either one of those two. Is like, was that the Chargers' ineptitude, thinking that they had won the game already, or was that just the Jaguars' defense being stout and being tough on defense? I'm very interested to see which Jags comes to play in the first half. Is it the first half of last game, or is it the second half of last game? Are you guys going to start hot or cold? Because versus this Chiefs team, you can't start cold. Now, if we see them in a 33-point hole, though, I don't know if I'm going to worry, because we've seen them come out of it. But this ain't the Chargers. This is the Chiefs. They're at home. You're not in Jacksonville. You don't have the home field advantage that Jacksonville gave you. And you're going to need more magic than ever to pull this upset off. However, we only got 2 games that we're picking today. And I ain't picking the same as y'all. I'm going Jaguars for the win. You see this green, baby. You see this green on. We got Jaguars for the upset on the road in Arrowhead. Mostly because Trevor Lawrence is so aloof. He doesn't even know that the Chiefs. I don't think it's going to be much louder at Arrowhead. Okay, Trevor. All right, man. I like your ignorance and your because that's going to be blissful for you this Sunday.
You gave them every reason to lose. Awesome. You realize that? Like, you listed every reason.
I'm still picking them, bro. I'm still going Jaguars, bro. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to go down swinging with the Florida men, dude. All right, I'm going to go down swinging with the Florida men. I don't even know, bro. Give me this L right. That's why this L sits next to me right now. You can't see it, but that's why it's permanently here. I didn't come here for good takes. I came here for a good time, and that's what I'm all about, bro. But with that being said, man, this is gonna be an interesting game at 4:30. So we will see what happens in Arrowhead. This is the AFC game of the day, and the NFC game of the day is why we had to have Necron on this show, man. And that is that NFC Beast Divisional Round Playoffs. We got the New York Giants going into Philly, and this is the only team still left in the playoffs that tied. Let that sit in for a little bit. Now, are they going to tie today on the field? Is White Vic going to show up? I don't know, Necron. You tell me. What do you think is going to happen? The Giants versus the Eagles tonight.
Oh, man. It's going to be a battle, dude. I don't see the Giants letting them roll over on them. But damn Eagles are so damn good, and it's going to be at home. But this is the Necron hot take of the day. I love the G-men. I think they're going to have an upset.
We'll see.
I'm going with the Giants, dude. I don't. It's just a gut feeling. You can roast me next week on freezing cold takes if I'm wrong, because I could be deadly wrong. But I don't know, dude. I like the Giants, dude. Sorry, Eagles fans. I never see it with them. And it could be my cowboy bias coming through without me subconsciously, knowing that it's doing it. But I don't know, man. G-Men went in the great Vikings stadium, and they won.
They did.
They won. Did. They're playing. They got the first big win against underdog game, and they won. I think they can go in there and beat the Eagles too. So yeah, I'll just go with a hot take with the Eagles. The Giants with the upset.
Necron, where's that flame on in the background? You need to turn that shit on right now after that hot take. I love that.
I give it a rest. I did a almost 5-hour stream last night.
I fell asleep while I was editing in this chair. I woke up. You were still on. I was like, Jesus, bro, what the fuck? It's 4 a.m. What are you doing? But
had more friends hop on. You know how it goes.
I know.
Going, dude.
You got some late ass Leons over there too, huh?
Yeah. Especially in the metal world, dude. 3 o'clock could mean 5 or 6 o'clock, whatever.
Hey, just have some fun, and not here for a long time, here for a good time. So I'm glad you had fun last night, and I'm glad you're here to make this pick, because I had a feeling you were gonna go to the Giants. I have no idea what the fuck Syl's gonna pick, so I want to hear your pick next. Who you think is gonna win, man? Is White Vic showing up today? I have to say that at least 3 times to get Syl a little mad.
Hey, if he keeps winning, I guess they can call him anything at this point. Daniel Jones, it's weird. I've grown to respect Daniel Jones actually going into the playoffs. That's why I picked him last week. I mean, it was the Vikings wasn't the best competition to grade it against, because I called them paper champs for a reason.
Not top tier.
But Giants, I mean, you can't substitute good coaching, and you got a coach that got Daniel Jones, knows how to use him properly. Yep. And you got Saquon, you got a solid defense, and they spread the ball around. Right? I mean, that's a good formula to win on the road, right? So, and then with the Eagles, I mean, they got a quarterback they use properly, Jalen Hurts. Just a little caveat. He's coming off this injury.
Yeah.
And they looked a little shaky going into the playoffs.
Ooh.
Now, from my perspective, I remember my old Colts teams back in the day. We win 13, 14 games a season, get a little shaky towards the end of the season, catch an L in the playoffs. And I'm actually agreeing with Necron, going with an upset special. The Giants are going to beat up the Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts is not going to be 100%. And that's their offense, man. If he's not coming out guns blazing, you giving the Giants a chance, they win these close games. It's going to be a close game. I think the Giants going to win this, man.
Woo! We got 2 upset special picks for this night game. And y'all thought I was crazy with my Jags pick.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was.
That's crazy, bro.
That was crazy.
Hey, man. Florida men do some crazy shit. That's all I'm going to say. But last week, though, what we saw from this this Giants team, as Necron so eloquently pointed out, it showed that they can lose on the road in the regular season, then go back on the road in the playoffs and win there where they lost once before. That's very relevant to this game because they lost at Philly the last time they played, and now they're going back on the road to Philly to play them again. What is the last time, when did this happen, when we saw the Giants go on the road from the wild card weekend and go all the way to the Super Bowl? Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. But when they were on a faded run, they were on the road every single time, and they won, and they eventually went to the Super Bowl to beat the big bad Tom Brady. So, that being said, I think the key matchup that we're going to find out is the Eagles' pass defense versus the Giants' offensive line. Last week, I almost called him Daniel Vic. That's hilarious. Daniel Jones had a quite a big week, and that's because his offensive line afforded him enough time to make good decisions. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, as someone who doesn't watch the Giants, this is a completely different Daniel Jones that we've seen his entire career. And you might be asking, what the hell happened? How did that happen? Brian Daboll, man. The reason why we saw Josh Allen have an MVP type season the last couple of years is because of Brian Daboll. What happened this year after he leaves? Josh Allen has the most interceptions in the league. Fact. What happens this year when he goes to Daniel Jones? He gets the nickname White Vic. All right. Last week he was 24 for 35, 2 touchdowns, 301 yards. 114 QBR on the wild card weekend on the road versus the Vikings. Pretty spectacular. And then you're like, wait, why are you calling him White Vic? Does he run? Yeah. 17 attempts, 17 attempts, 78 yards, 4.6 yards per carry last week. Now that's good as a running back. That's having another running back, and that's having the running back be able to make the decision to make the play a running play whenever he wants to. Oh, I got nobody there. Big open hole. Let me go run for 20 yards. Like, that can happen at any point in time. And that might happen a lot tonight because the Eagles' pass defense is phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal. Let me read you some stats here about the pass defense, right? We know Fletcher Cox. We've heard of the name Fletcher Cox. What if I told you Fletcher Cox had the least amount of sacks as a big name on the Eagles this season? He had 7 sacks. Pretty freaking good. But then you have Javon Hargrave. He had 11 sacks. Pretty freaking good. Oh, then you have Hassan Riddick, second team All-Pro this year. He had 16 sacks. Huh? And then you're adding those all up. You're like, yo, that's a lot of sacks. Their defense in total had 70 sacks this season. It was first in the league. And they were second in pressure rate. They got to the quarterback 33.3% of the time. That's a third of the time their opposing quarterback dropped back. They got to him, which is crazy. And this 70 sacks in the season has got to be a record. I didn't see that. However, that's going to be the biggest thing. The O-line versus the pass D. This pass D is crazy. Their corners are great. They got Darius Slay. And then I forget the other guy's name, but their pass D tied for 4th for interceptions, tied for 3rd for yards per attempt, and they're 3rd in passer rating. So that not only do they have a good pass rush, they have good pass D. Going to be very interesting to see how the Giants can pull one out with this. And with all that said, I fucking hate the Eagles. So I'm going Giants. Let's go, Giants. You can freaking win. You can win the game tonight. You thought my Jags take was bad? Oh, boy. Wait till you saw this one, bro. I go with magic in the playoffs. I don't go with stats. These records don't matter. What happened the last game don't matter. The last game that I saw from Daniel Jones, he looked great. The last game that I saw from Jalen Hurts looked awful. Okay, that's what we're gonna see tonight. Yeah. More of that. Yeah. More of that. You had a week off and you got scared at the big bad Giants. So I hope that I don't jinx them. And if that is my fault, I'll take that blame.
Jinx.
Yeah. But you knew that I'm switching my pick, bro. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. I'm going with the Giants, man. New York boy, Florida boy. I'm going to go with my home state teams today because I didn't really know who to pick. All the stats that I was looking at was like, damn. Well, they did pretty good last week. Saquon did phenomenal last week. And it's all about the running game on the road. The Eagles have a decent running game, but they relied on the MVP, Jalen Hurts, all season. And we saw what happens when he's not in the game, how good they are. And if he's not all the way back, man, they gonna have a tough time. If he's not fully confident, they're gonna have a tough time because they need Jalen Hurts Eagles from like week 6. I don't know how good they're gonna be in the first weekend of the divisional round. And playoffs is a new season, so that's why I picked the Magic teams, not the ones who have the best records or the best stats. It all depends on what comes down and what you do tonight for these 3 hours during this game. And I'm very excited for this game, the Jags game for one, because I got to see how bad my pick was. I got to see if they're even close. But I'm also excited this season and to not talk about NFL for a little bit. Talk about the XFL, boys. Shout out to the XFL teams. 8 teams this season. And we all got our own teams. Now, if you're in the chat, go ahead and pick a team right now. Let's hear your teams. Let's hear your teams, what you got. And I'll let you know what my team is. Because there's only one Florida team here. There's like fucking 4 different Texas teams, but whatever. There's only one Florida team. It's the Orlando Guardians. And they actually moved down from New York when they played in New York, and they moved to Florida, just like me. So that's my team. I'm riding with them. Going to go to a couple games this season. And the other team, and I'll let you talk about it. I don't know if you've done any research, Syl, but tell me about them St. Louis Battlehawks, bro.
Well, the main thing with them is a Midwest team, so that's always a good pick for me because I'm in the Midwest. But I kind of latched on to following this team, St. Louis Battlehawks, because their quarterback they picked is A.J. McCarron from I think it was Alabama. They played.
All right.
So it's like, they got like a solid quarterback, for kind of like a development league. So I think they're gonna have a leg up just on, just QB notoriety for the league, and he's probably trying to play to be a backup for somebody in the NFL. So I don't know, they got something to kind of play for, and and I like the color blue as well.
Those are kind of like Colts colors too. Yeah, that's funny. That's a nice royal blue color. And it's good to know a little bit about the teams. I have to do more research on my team and all of the players and the coaching staff and the organization. I really like to get down and dirty learning my teams. I need some more time. I've been a little focused on the NFL playoffs, but I'm going to put as much energy into the XFL that I do the NFL. You best believe, because we're going to be one of the only people covering the XFL like this. One point, though, this XFL, the debut of the season, it's going to be on ESPN and ABC. So shout out to The Rock and shout out to Danny Garcia for facilitating that. Yeah. Huge on them to bring the XFL back, but not only bring it back, make it better on its return. And I know y'all see that team deep down in that bottom left corner. So go ahead, Necron, tell them who your team is, bro.
Well, of course, I'm going to have to go with my hometown team, the Brahmas. I hope I said it right.
Brahmas.
Brahmas. Yeah, I'll go with them, dude. I don't know shit about them. I don't know who's on them, who's coaching them. I'll be honest with you guys. But they're, hey, my team. Why not, man? And it looks like we're going to have a good, like you were saying, good little Texas. Freaking half the league is in Texas, so shit. Almost, just about, dude.
You're looking at the South and the North, and it's funny that these logos are this way, but the South is literally 3 Texas teams in Florida. That's it.
Yeah. Well, nothing else in between. Let's piss off everybody, Austin. Really, the only 2 states in the South that matter: Texas and Florida. I mean.
He's not lying.
I want to get all type of hate mail now, I'm sure. What about Louisiana? What about Alabama?
I hated Necron.
Don't let Necron talk.
That's why you shouldn't talk. He's always saying stupid shit.
That's amazing, bro. I'm just noticing, looking at their logo.
Being a dick, man.
It looks like a skull for a longhorn. Their logo right now.
Yeah, it kind of has that tribal fucking skull look to it. It's like it's definitely a longhorn with the tribal kind of tattoos or whatever. Hey, man.
Okay, here we go. Look at a Brahma is a bull. The Rock was called the Brahma Bull in WWE. Rock owns XFL.
There you go, Leon, with the Google. Yeah. The Google mind, man. There you go.
You know that The Rock definitely wanted some type of team that had a longhorn-shaped logo just because of his logo. Right.
Maybe they'll get a little more extra special love because it's so close to his heart. We'll get the best.
Hey, you don't know. And those are kind of his colors, too. If we're being real, those are kind of his.
Oh, that's Black Adam right there. Yellow and black.
That's what I mean.
Hey, that's a good call.
And Mama Bear said this. I heard that football is a religion in Texas. Basically.
Yes, it is.
Yes, Texas and South Florida. But man, very excited.
I don't know about you. Like here in Texas, they would show high school football games in prime time.
Yes.
They're maniacs for football here.
Well,
we are maniacs.
There's the football, the NFL teams that are in Florida. They don't have the biggest stadiums in Florida. The college football teams do. Their stadiums are way bigger, dude. Way bigger.
That's legacy football in Florida, college football. Yeah.
Great. And same thing with Texas, though. Like this University of Texas, Texas A&M, the church of football, man. That's what we live. And that is also why we're so excited to talk about the XFL and be behind another league that takes pride and has money and is going to put the money to invest in these teams to be successful and put them on a stage to be successful, set them up for success, and then they can take the reins and go ahead and be the teams that they're going to be. Now we just said all of our teams in the chat, and I couldn't be more excited for this. But one of the things that I'm most excited for is being able to go to a game and afford it and not have to take out a fucking loan, dude. I hope this can be addressed from the XFL to the NFL. And in that same light, Syl, you said something before the stream that kind of stuck with me. You said that, and one of the reasons why I believe the XFL will be so successful is that they're going to be basically a feeder league for the NFL. And I thought that was pretty interesting. And in the same light that the G League is, or the college is, to go to the professional league. So I just want to hear more about what you think the XFL's gonna live up to and your excitement levels for this year, man.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I mean, you talk about the owners, The Rock, Danny Garcia. So $7. This is $7 production basically. They got that deal with NFL. It also got TV deals with ABC, ESPN, and other networks. So I think they got some streaming set up too. So everyone's going to have access to see this league. I mean, it's going to be the most accessible, football league. Probably just, you got NFL, obviously college is right there. It's going to rival like college coverage, So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But I'm just excited just to see something, something new. I'm sure they're going to have a little style to it. And then not just being like a feeder for the NFL, but I was saying before, NFL is going to test out some rules in XFL before they put it into the NFL. So whatever it could be as far as like personnel things or formations or things like that, there's a real deal between XFL and NFL. So there's going to be a synergy there. So that's going to be cool to see. And it's kind of like an extension of the offseason, for NFL. So football all year. That's a good thing. I think you muted or something.
Yeah, Austin, check your mic.
Thank you for that. I see the notification too as soon as you said you're muted. It's like your mic is muted.
Hey, dummy, turn it on.
Right.
I get those too, dude.
I was just gonna say, don't take this as a shot neck round, but I just pulled a neck round hardcore. And watching your witching hour streams, he always mutes himself after the song, and then the song will come back, and he's like talking, and everyone in the chat's like muted.
And I gotta come back. I could think song.
This is live television, guys. This is live television. I control the mute button. Nobody else does. That's why it was on. That being said,
I was saying things the audience couldn't handle. That's why.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't want to blow their minds.
It was YouTube and StreamYard that muted you, not actually you. So tell me, Necron, what are you excited for? Are you going to go to a game? It's in San Antonio. Like, when's the last time San Antonio had a football team?
I was trying to think. We had like Arena League recently. I didn't go any of those. I used to go to when we had the World League, we had the San Antonio Texans. I went to a couple home games there. We had the Alamo Dome. Those were fun because we were playing in Canadian League, right?
Right.
Or was that the Canadian? I get them all.
The World League was all over. It was like Europe, too, I believe.
I think we were in the Canadian League at one point, and I saw the San Antonio Riders back in the early '90s.
Oh shit!
That actually, what's his name? Ricky Blake, the running back, was the league leader. And the dude actually went to the Cowboys.
Damn.
First game he plays in runs a 30-yard touchdown.
Oh, damn.
The next game he plays in gets an injury, career-ending injury, and he's gone. I felt so bad for the guy because he worked his way up. He's a big fullback, just plowed, kind of Earl Campbell. I'm on a tangent, but he was kind of like Earl Campbell-ish. So you can see guys in these leagues who can ascend to the NFL and maybe become something. Look at the Cowboys kick returner. He was in I think the USFL or one of the leagues last season. He was a top returner, and now he has a job with the Cowboys. He's their kick returner. So you never know. You can see. So I'm looking forward to maybe seeing some guys ascend from the league into the NFL, but also looking forward to being able to afford to go to a game.
Yeah.
And not turning it into a freaking life changing money venture just to go to a football game.
For real, dude.
You know, that's the we need that because the NFL, unfortunately, is too corporate.
Yep.
You know, there's only you got to have some type of corporate hookup, or be really well off to afford these games, or be some guy who lives alone and doesn't have a family and can afford to go and get fight in the stands like a jackass. And
right.
That's all he got in life is a football game. And most of us aren't like that. We got families, responsibilities, or whatever. We got to be responsible with our money. So an actual NFL game is out of the picture for most of us. So I'm looking forward to being able to afford a game and have a good time and not have to take a mortgage out on it.
Yeah.
And see professional football at a certain level.
Not have to dip into any inheritance or anything like that. Like
take a car payment or something.
Yeah. Take a personal loan out just for a weekend, bro. That's where
the NFL kind of makes me irritated. They lose a lot of the fan base with just the outrageousness of the
that doesn't
pricing.
Kind of make me irritated. That makes me pissed off, dude. Every NFL game that I've gone to, I've come close to $1,000 just for 2 tickets, and they're always in the fucking nosebleeds. Yeah. And that's me buying months in advance, preparing for it, knowing that it's going to be $1,000 for it, and still being way up high. Just wondering, like, whose car did those people have to steal and sell to get those tickets in front of me?
Yeah.
Like, crazy amount of money. So yes, I am very excited for the XFL to have professional level players and being able to go to a live game, because that's half the reason why I love NFL, is being able to see it live and being able to watch these people crash into each other, jump over each other right there with your own 2 eyes, like right there. And that's why I fell in love with it at an early age. I mean, I went to the Giants training camp at UAlbany College during the summer with my dad. And just as a kid, seeing these giants, literal giants to me, just walk over me and then go watch them during practice and just be blown away by these athletes. So I've loved the play, and I want to being able to watch it live is very different. Like, you can watch the same thing. It goes with like basketball. You can watch an NBA game on TV, but the camera's always going back and forth. If you can sit there and see how fast these dudes are going, how high they're actually jumping, you're blown away. And that's why NBA games are always like sold out, because it's so entertaining to be there compared to actually watching it on TV. And I'm very happy. I have to drive 2.5 hours to get to Orlando, but I would rather spend the money to do that, to go to a game for very affordable tickets, because it's not like, oh, I don't have to pay, $100 for gas and then $1,000 for tickets. No, I pay $100 for gas and then half and that for our
$20 hot dog and a $10 soda.
Yeah, exactly.
What is going on?
I know, dude.
Ridiculous, man.
Try to get a tall boy, you need literally a 20 spot for like 12 fluid ounces of beer. And you're like, oh, cool. I'm gonna sweat this off by the second quarter. Great. Yeah. It's a racket. It's a whole racket. And I tweeted at the NFL. They probably didn't see it, obviously, but obviously, right? But my parents went to a Bills game in 1988, and they sat in the Vikings fan section, and they still have a ticket stub that they found, and my mom sent me a picture of it.
I remember that. Yeah.
The ticket price was $12, dude. $12. I understand it was 40 years ago, and everything was cheaper back then. But we go from $12 to $500 for one ticket, and I'm sure my parents weren't sitting in great seats either, but they're probably better than the ones I get into. So that's the racket we're living in today. That's not just inflation, right? That's a profit.
It's a lot of greed. A lot of greed.
Well, it's a multi-billion-dollar business, company is NFL corporation. So yeah. That's just what it is.
That's just what it is.
But they can't pay Lamar, That's just asking too much.
Unreal, man. Well, I think they're going. Oh, nice update with that. I think they're going to pay him. I think Lamar wants a better offense around him, and so they got rid of the offensive coordinator and had a press conference. I think it was yesterday. The head coach, the GM, they was like, "We want Lamar. We really do want Lamar." And so they're going to pay him. They're going to pay him. And,
please, Lamar, don't go.
The GM said they're working on a long-term deal. They said they want to get a long-term deal done. So they said this publicly. So I think Lamar, what got him that contract, where he was like, "Hey, I was gonna go out there and play, and I banged my knee up. I ain't going back out there about a contract."
Can't blame him. Yeah, can't blame him. That's his career.
Well played, because they wasn't winning the Super Bowl this year. So well played by Lamar. He's gonna get his money, I believe.
Good.
Yeah, he said, "All right, go ahead, play without me. See how you do."
Yeah.
Just like
And they had that busted.
Yeah.
Then they ran the same busted offensive, strategy, and that's what Lamar's point was. He was like, "This is what you got Burrow and Mahomes and everybody tearing it up, and we got these college plays." So I guess they learned. So we'll see.
he looked at his offensive coordinator and said, "Your shit weak, dude. What the fuck are we doing?"
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
Pay
But
that man.
yeah, pay that man. He deserves it. But boys, thank you for coming on today and talking about these Saturday games, putting your picks out into the airwaves, and letting me do my thing and put my crazy ass picks out into the airwaves too. I appreciate y'all being here. Also talking the XFL. The season starts February 18th, which is a Saturday. So I believe it's Saturday. So be on the lookout. We'll be talking more XFL as soon as the Super Bowl is over. Man, it's XFL time, 110%, and we're gonna be adding more stuff to the show, innovating, doing my producer thing to a next level as well. So be on the lookout for changes on the show. Now, you might be looking at the layout and be like, I kind of remember that layout. And you kind of, maybe at the beginning of the stream, you remember a little clip that I played, little clip before the countdown played, that it's some drugs clip. Now, before we go, I just wanted to shout out, all right, co-host Syl for that moment, but also that was the first moment from the first stream that we did together for the Good Countdown. And this was the first background that I made for the Good Countdown. And I wanted to, my football season officially ended with the Buccaneers losing, and I wanted to bring it back and put a nice little cap on things with this. Now, it ain't over yet. And we're going to keep going with the NFL, and we're going to have quite the recap on this entire NFL season, regular season and playoff season, and it just doesn't stop. So I wanted to say thank you. I wanted to kind of bring everything full circle for the NFL season for me, but I also want to say good luck to Necron tomorrow. We'll be making our picks.
Oh, yeah,
Same time tomorrow
about that.
Tomorrow we'll be back probably around
this is
12.
The nice show.
Yeah, exactly. This is just the chill show that we don't have any
Mark
bias.
gets heated, right?
Yes, we are doing another one tomorrow. Israel, come back for our 49ers takes tomorrow.
He already know who I'm picking with.
Yeah, you know who we're both picking already.
He already know who I'm picking.
I wonder who I'm picking.
We already know, bro. Yeah. So, hey, man, thank you for coming through, guys. Syl and Necron, go Necron first. Necron, what you got coming up, homie?
I'll do some more witching hour because I just love playing those metal music on my channel, and I'm starting to find some more metalheads digging it too. And actually, Syl Nation shows up sometimes.
Hell yeah!
I really appreciate that, man. So all you Syl Nation people who show up and listen to my crazy metal music, that's cool of you. Appreciate it. And you may actually find something you like. Who knows? Retro Nerd Girl, dude. She hangs through almost the whole stream.
Yeah,
like, oh, this is awesome. I'm like, I think that's so cool. So I'll be doing more of those. And of course, hopping on Sky's channel and your channel, and cool table, Syl Nation stuff, whatever you guys want to hang out. I'm usually available. What else? I think that's it, dude. I'm gonna do something too. I'm gonna do witching hour bonus shows where it's just gonna be stuff where I didn't get to play it because things go along for whatever reasons. They'll just be way even more a little shorter. Probably within 30 minutes to an hour. Just
nice
knock out music and move on. So that's what I got going on, dude.
The bonus hour. I love that, bro.
Yeah,
and
the bonus hour.
As soon as I was about to ask the big homie to promo, I see you go. You still there, bro? You probably had to step away quick. That's all good. But hey,
is he getting ready to do a show?
Yeah, I think he is. Oh, hey, look at who.
Yeah, see, support. Love
He's
it.
always here, bro. Retro. Shout out to you, bro. Yesterday I had to give her the cold hard facts of the fact that the Barbie song by Aqua wasn't gonna be in the movie. She was like, "No way!" She was pissed. I was surprised she didn't know that. But yeah, if you guys hadn't, Retro did a Barbie stream on the Barbie movie that Margot Robbie is doing, and she did some kind of history as well to go along with that, like the past Barbie movies and the past Barbie stuff. I'm no Barbie fan, obviously, but I support other Syl Nation creators, and I love when people are passionate about things. Doesn't matter what it is. If you're passionate about it and you're knowledgeable about it, I'll come watch, because I love to see people's passion, and that's the logo. The slogan of this channel is "Show your passion," because I'll never not do that, and I also will never not allow people to show theirs and admire. But apparently the homies system went wacky, so we're not gonna hold that up anymore. I know that Syl is supposed to do a stream today. Syl Nation Saturdays is coming out today. I thought he was gonna do it before this, but I'm late, so here we are again. He's waiting for me, so he is gonna be Syl Nation Saturdays is coming up. Check out that. He's going to have clips on his Clips channel tomorrow before we start the countdown. I know that for sure. Members Mondays is coming up. Oh, every day he does the Daily Planet on Patreon.
Oh, that's a good show.
Patreon.
I mean, they're all good, but I like that. Man,
do you like that one? the new freshness. Patreon.com/Syl ABDUL to watch him and Mikey Sutton every day talk about whatever news comes out, because there's always news things coming out, not just DC. There's other comic book stuff and other sci-fi stuff and just nerd stuff in general. It's a great show. And Tuesdays is Rogue still.
Yeah.
Wednesdays, Freezing Cold Takes. Thursdays, Coffee Talk. Fridays is the Spaces with Sky. And we'll be back again. Next Saturday, let me say this now. I will not be streaming. I will actually be off next Saturday, even though there's going to be Saturday games. I'll not be here. It is me and my beautiful lady's 3rd year anniversary.
Oh, congrats, bro.
Well, thank you, bro. We'll be spending the day together doing some anniversary stuff. So be on the lookout for Syl later on today. It's Saturday night. If there's no fight on tonight, Skywalker will probably be live. If not, you'll probably see him live Sunday night, and he'll be live all through during the week too. So as I mentioned, Syl's schedule, don't forget, obviously Sky is the night guy, being over there in California. So be on the watch out for all things Syl Nation, all things Mikey Verse and the Cool Table. And thanks everybody, appreciate you guys. I owe everything to her, so don't be giving me the congrats. She's the better half by all means. And the better half in the show just peaced out. So we're going to peace out as well. We're going to call it a day. I wish nothing but luck for the Jaguars, nothing but luck for the Giants. And I hope you guys get some good wins today. I hope we see good football. That's all I want to see, because the last game we saw was atrocious, my man. Absolutely atrocious, man. But all that being said, we're going to peace out. Necron, you got any final parting words for us before we head on out of here?
Go Cowboys. I think we got Syl back.
Oh, Syl. Okay. Hey, give me the promo, guy. Give me the promo.
This wasn't meant to be. Yeah, so we got Syl Nation Saturdays today. So that'll be in about 45 minutes from now. At the time of this recording, we're going to talk about, the DC stuff that makes everybody sick. And maybe still the silver lining to Netflix. But so that's today. The daily Patreon show with Mikey. Let me see. That's Monday through Fridays. So we don't do the weekends. Yeah, weekdays. So weekdays is how that's going to go. So because the weekends get crazy. Plus it's football today. But so like I said, Syl Nation Saturdays, and then chilling the rest of the day. It'll be uploads on the second channel, the Clips channel, of course. Members Monday, and I would say a special Rose Gallery this Tuesday, and then a special Mikey verse stream Wednesday. I'll just say that. If you've been following Mikey, this whole time, like this is Wednesday. I mean, obviously watch Laurel's Gallery, but
I emojis
Tuesday.
in the chat. I emojis in the chat right now, everybody.
Like I said, definitely watch, Rose Gallery Tuesday. But Wednesday is probably going to be the most proud stream I have with Mikey Sutton, like in the 3 years I've known him. And so I'm just going to really be excited for people to tune into that. It's kind of like it's kind of another level, but it's a new beginning. That's kind of what it was feeling like. And so be there.
Bro, you can't more nonchalantly hype the shit out of that stream.
Yes, sir.
Just probably one of the biggest
there.
streams I ever do to him. We'll see you there. Maybe we'll see you there. Yo, everyone, make sure you tune
You
into
might
that
want to
stream.
show up.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. So yeah, and I'm just here now. I guess I'm doing 2 shows Wednesday. So, yeah, just Wednesday's gonna be an interesting day. That's all I'll say.
Woo. Make sure you guys are subbed and you got notifications on because you do not want to miss that shit. Absolutely do not want to miss that. That's big. I'm glad you were coming. I'm glad you came back to promo that, bro.
Yeah.
Damn. And again, good luck to the Jags. Good luck to the Giants. We'll see everybody tomorrow, probably around 12:30. Me and Syl will be back here to make picks for the Sunday games. And I hope everyone comes back to talk their shit, just like I did today. And just like we always do here on the Good Countdown, where we show our passion. We never hide that shit. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day and a great night tonight. Go Jags.